If you're trying to make a change, you have got to understand why the change is important. Why are you doing this? Why is it critical in your life? My name is Dr. Jade Teta. I'm an integrative physician and the author of the Metabolic Effect Diet. And when you're trying to make a change, what most people do is they forget one of the most important components of making a change, and that is the why, the purpose behind doing this. You know, I had a clinical case study from my back in my personal training days, and it really is illustrative of what and how powerful purpose is when you're trying to make a change. I was training a woman who really struggled with coming to the gym, getting there on time, missed multiple sessions every single week. And one time we had a discussion, myself, my brother, and this client, about why it was so tough for her to make these changes. She also had a little girl who was starting to develop some of the bad eating habits that her mom had. And my brother Keone just mentioned briefly, he said, you know, there's a research study just came out showing that the behaviors of the parents are taken up by the child, whether consciously or unconsciously. Kids tend to eat like their parents do no matter what. And interestingly, what this did was this lit a fire under this client's butt. They just went crazy after that. And the reason they did is because they connected with their key purpose in life, which was their child and the health of their child. And they connected with the fact that if they were not healthy, they did not develop the health and fitness routine for themselves, that their child would pick up their same bad habits. In other words, they found a powerful why behind doing what they wanted to do. And that person then went on to make a pretty dramatic lifestyle change, lost close to 100 pounds and kept that weight off over the long run because she had a strong purpose. So what I want to ask you is, what is your purpose for making these changes? If you do not have one, if this does not speak to your values and what you want to be in life, I can tell you change is going to be very difficult. But if you have that purpose that drives you, everything gets a whole lot easier. I like to say that purpose is the Energizer bunny of willpower. Too often people rely on willpower to get them by. They rely on short-term motivation to get them by, and that almost always fails. However, when you have purpose behind you, when you have a strong why behind you, the willpower just comes. The motivation is naturally there. That's what you want to focus on. So if you're trying to make a change, what I would do is pull out a piece of paper, write down and explore what is the why behind you are doing what you are doing. Is it for your kids? Is it for your health? I can give you a hint here with purpose. The most powerful purposes usually have to do with something much bigger than yourself or about your looks. They usually have to do with inspiring and teaching others. But what I would say is, before you move forward with any change, you spend the time thinking about what is the why, what is the purpose, why are you doing this? I hope that's helpful for you to understand how change happens and how to make this change stick.